What is going on, guys? This is Sin, and we are back here with the NPA Season 4, Week number 4, as the Cedar Rapids Thundurus, who are 1-2 on the season with a -5 ratio, are taking on John, aka Pokemon, and the New Orleans Pelippers. And this team is good. Like, we built pretty well for this team too. We have Sped here with us this week, and we're going to talk about why we decided to bring the Pokemon we brought. Obviously, it's a team builder, and tomorrow is the match. So we're going to get on with it. We're going to start talking about our teams. What's going on, Sped?
Oh, not much. How about you, Sim?
You know, I'm honestly nervous about facing John. I faced him before, and I've gotten my ass kicked by him. And, well,
yeah,
this was back in, like, the P4G in Season 1 when I was absolutely terrible. But I've honestly made improvements since then, so I'm not as scared, but I know what I need to do to beat him. It's experience, it's years of experience versus somebody who's climbing the ranks. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like the Patriots versus the Jaguars. It really is. Like, I'm trying to be like the Jaguars in the sense that nobody sees me coming, and then you got the juggernaut of the New Orleans Pelippers. So, anyway, we're gonna start off here with Charizard X. We're bringing him here again for a third straight week because, honestly, whether he's been getting kills or not, he's always been productive. And this time we're going to go with our physical set. We decided to do a change up on the move set this time. We decided to forgo Earthquake, and we decided to replace it with Thunder Punch. We got Dragon Dance, Dragon Claw, and Flare Blitz. And we got Adamant Nature with a bunch of attack and speed investments. And this thing will... I like Thunder Punch because of we decided on Thunder Punch because of Primarina. More so. Yeah,
basically. Primarina, I could kind of see him bringing the Fizz Death variant to try to take Flare Blitz, Dragon Claw. Obviously, since Fairy type, it's immune to that. The Thunder Punch just lets us be able to hit that. Dragon Claw is a must-need because Mega Lottie is one stupidly fat mon that we need to dispatch as soon as possible, and locking ourselves into Outrage isn't necessarily going to be the brightest idea for this game, because then, yeah, we get to kill Lottie, but then Primarina comes in and revenges us. Yeah, the only time
I would ever really find Outrage to be good is if we had a very weak Fairymon, like, just say we had Comfey or whatever.
Yeah.
And we killed it for some reason. We killed the Comfey, and then we could just run Outrage the rest of the game. But we got a pretty good fairy here with Primarina. It's no joke. It's not something to slouch about.
The Primarina is definitely on in my wheel.
Yeah,
I could kind of see what kind of stuff it can run. John could honestly run a Fizz Death variant as a check to Zard, though frankly I think he's just gonna bring Fizz Death, Resto, Testo, Mudstale, which is also pretty decent check. But Primarina can also run Scarf. It can run Toy Specs. Base 126 special attack is nothing to scoff at, especially since our best tank this week, as you guys will likely find out later in the team builder, is Ferrothorn. And otherwise, obviously, if he's packet HP Fire, then it can be a problem. So all in all, we need to make sure we have Thunder Punch that we can deal with the Primarina.
Right. And then speaking of Ferrothorn, that's what we're going to talk about next. I do like we're not going to run an attack on Ferrothorn this week because we don't need to. We can Leech Seed Toxic, Stealth Rock, and Protect. Pretty much be as cancerous as we want with Ferrothorn this week, and hopefully that the Leech Seed can come in effect, and we can run Leftovers, Protect. Like, we don't want to Toxic the possibility of a Guts Conkeldurr, but we're not gonna. If Conkeldurr's on the field, we're not gonna risk that whatsoever.
Yeah.
True. It's true that we have a possibility of outspeeding, but I don't. We ran into some sets already, even in the mock battles, where Conkeldurr can outspeed just about anything on our team. What was that item? Was it a Scarf?
Yeah, I think Sock was running a Toy Scarf, just to be able to outspeed some of our lower threats like Gardevoir, frankly. But yeah, so this week we have a full-on Spinef set. Again, same reason why we have Dragon Claw over Outrage on Zard. We need a Mega Lottie answer. And basically, as cancerous as this thing is, we could freely Leech Seed it and then Toxic Protect Stall it and just weaken it down.
We ran into that type of scenario during our mock battles too.
Yeah.
Like, it dwindled down, and there was no escaping. The thing was going to die regardless.
Yeah, exactly. The Leech Seed in the end is going to definitely help us get as much HP back as possible. I could definitely see Lottie packing HP Fire or HP Fighting. Probably HP Fighting, because with a couple Calm Mind boosts, it's going to be doing a decent chunk to us. But if he for whatever reason doesn't brain it, then Ferrothorn walls it, and it's our dedicated answer.
Yeah, it's a dedication. It's not physically defensive, but we ran special just because of Latios or Mega Latios.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're not going to take a superpower from a Conkeldurr very well, but why would we stay into that?
Yeah, exactly.
So next
Superpower.
Pokemon, Superpower is going to kill us. Yeah, one-shot us.
Yeah.
Next Pokemon we have here is Starmie. Starmie has been Team MVP so far. If I had a trophy for Starmie, I would honestly want to give it to Starmie, because Starmie's gotten 4 kills over the last 2 weeks, and we expected to do the same thing over and over again. We got Expert Belt on it this time for the simple fact that we don't want to run a choice item, but we want to hit super effective. And if we do that, we could cause some serious damage and maybe run... he may have a few tricks up his sleeve, obviously, but... I mean, so do we.
Yeah, exactly.
And Starmie's got Grass Knot, Thunderbolt, Scald, and Ice Beam. Grass Knot would be the one I think throws a lot of people off.
Yeah, the main reason why we have Grass Knot is so that we could do possibly a little bit more to, again, Primarina. Yes, Thunderbolt will hit it harder, but I could kind of see John running a Wakanberry on that just as a pseudo check for Starmie or Galvantula. Grass Knot also lets us nuke the Mudsdale, and then Ice Beam and Scald. Honestly, these 4 moves hit pretty much everything on his team. Honestly, his best switch-in would probably be an AVX Cloud, but if we could get a Scald Burn on that, we can get that nice chip just to weaken it down.
The Scald would be like the big thing. Is like we gotta make sure we gotta hit that thing like with a burn, because if we don't, it's not like it's necessarily a bad day, but it'd certainly be nice.
Yeah.
So the next Pokemon we have here is Sneasel, and Sneasel, I know it hasn't done a whole lot, but it's the fact that it can be a threat that still makes me want to bring it back. I know some of you guys are like, oh my god, why are you bringing back Sneasel this week? But with how many, Mega Latias especially, if we outspeed it, we could just hit it with an Ice Shard, and the thing, if we have damage already dwindled on it, we could pretty much kill it. Poison Jab would be nice for Primarina. Knockoff is not nice for just any Pokemon that wants to like try and use leftovers, or the Wakanberry that you mentioned earlier with
yeah.
If we knock that off, holy crap, that changes the whole entire complexion of the game. So maybe, just maybe, we could get a couple of turns off with Sneasel. Sneasel doesn't necessarily have to kill, it just has to do its job.
Basically, Sneasel, again, Mega Lottie is a massive threat, and if we can weaken it, or if it gets a kill on any one of our members, we could freely go into Sneasel and click Banded Pursuit. Regardless of whether he stays in, Pursuit is doing 50% min to it, and that's assuming he's an absolute max HP, max defense set. Do I see him running that? Not necessarily. I think he runs enough speed for Zardex, but all in all, Sneasel is going to be a great revenge mod this game. Honestly, his best answers are Conkeldurr and what's his name? Skarmory to an extent.
Skarmory to an extent, yeah. It may kill with an Iron Head, but I may. Oh well, we would still get a turn off anyway. So
yeah,
like not many Pokemon outspeed Sneasel except for his Electrode and his Salazzle.
Yeah. Electrode, I don't even think is going to really come because it's, quite frankly, incredibly freaking weak, and it can't take hits to save its life. The biggest threat that I think we're going to have to worry about outspeeding is going to be the Salazzle. In short, we don't really have much that wants to switch into it. We do have webs to be able to slow it down, so on the webs, unless he brings a random Choice Scarf, Salazzle will be able to outspeed it and kill it with a knockoff. But I don't know. I really like Sneasel this game.
Yeah, we have to play really kind of once we get rid of Skarmory, and if we still have Starmie, Ferrothorn, and our next Pokemon here, Galvantula, on the field, like we could clean house.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, if we could keep the webs and the rocks on the field, we could honestly clean house. It's that simple. And I think as weird as it sounds, as weary as I was about prepping for this team earlier, I feel a little better knowing that we can, like, with our movesets and with the possibilities that we have on our team, we could honestly kind of, if we get rid of that stinking Skarmory, we could put in major work. Easily.
Yeah.
Especially with sticky webs. If we get, honestly, if Skarmory's off the field and then if I throw in Galvantula and then I throw up sticky webs and then he dies the next turn, you know what? It did its job. Because then we clean house the rest of the way. Starmie cleans house. Ferrothorn stalls out. What other options do you have? You don't have any.
Yeah, I do really like the speed control on Galvantula.
Absolutely.
But
yeah, the unnerve ability is absolutely wonderful, and it's gonna be a big player. If we could get webs off, oh my god, we could just take it to the bank, you know.
Yeah, basically the idea behind the set is webs are gonna be so cool for being able to slow down bigger threats, such as a potential Scarf Primarina, potential Scarf Serena. It can also slow down Salazzle, which is probably one of the biggest threats to our team. And basically, with this coverage, with this moveset, Bug Buzz, Energy Ball, and Thunderbolt, we deal with literally everything on his team that could potentially get off webs. His only hazard removal is Skarmory, which one interesting set that Sock ran in the mock battles was a Waconberry set to be able to live a Thunder from Galvantula and be able to defog the webs away. But because we're running Unnerved, means that
if that berry.
Exactly, which means assuming his sturdy is broken, we guaranteed OHKO it.
Yep.
Bug Buzz is to hit his only other two forms of hazard removal being Mega Lottie and Serena, and Energy Ball lets us hit Mudsdale. Honestly, this coverage, basically Galvantula's job is, Galvantula is going to be our most likely lead. We're going to get up our sticky webs, and then we're just going to proceed to punch holes through his team. He doesn't really have much that wants to switch into it. Granted, if we get the Thunderbolt Para on the Guts Conkeldurr, then that's going to be a problem.
Well,
but
if it hits anyway.
Well, we're running Thunderbolt, right?
Right, but we also outspeed it still in most cases because the webs are up, and
yeah.
So I don't see the problem with me paralyzing a Conkeldurr if the webs are still up, and it already does well over 50% damage, and he doesn't even have he has a 50-50 chance of even getting an attack off.
That's true, but like at the same time, Conkeldurr is incredibly fat. Like if he has the
not
right
the special,
set,
not the special defense.
Assault Vest can... I can't see him
Assault
bringing an
Vest
Assault
is a
Vest,
thing.
but like with an Assault Vest, he could take a couple Thunderbolts, and with a Guts boosted Drain Punch, like Galvantula only has base 60 defense, like that in a Mach Punch is going to kill us, especially if he gets the Guts boost.
Right.
Because
and he has to get the attack off.
Yeah. So like if it works out for us, if we can keep like if he can stay paired, then great. If not, then it could be a little problematic.
Just a little.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's paralyzed, it still has to fight through paralysis to even get an attack off. So
it still has to break through. Yeah, exactly.
And then our last Pokemon here is Gardevoir. We're going with Psyshock, Moonblast, Thunderbolt, and Grass Knot this week, with a Kiba Berry for the simple fact of Sludge Wave.
Yeah, Salazzle is honestly a big threat to basically, with this investment, now, this is really cool. With this investment, it's a roll heavily in our favor to live after taking Stealth Rocks damage, a max special attack modest Acid Downpour, a Z Sludge Wave from Salazzle, and even with only 84 special attack investment, we guaranteed Oko it back with Psyshock.
Yeah, because Salazzle has no physical defense.
Exactly, and it's super effective stab. And then basically the speed there is so that we can outspeed. What was it? I think it was Timid
Latias.
Primarina.
Or Timid Primarina. Yeah, that too. Or even we outsped the Latias in mock battles.
I don't think he was running speed.
I mean, if he's running speed, there's not much he could do anyway.
Yeah. Actually, I remember because when I was doing the E's, the Galvantula spread was specifically designed out to be a max speed, modest Mega Latias. So I believe the speed investment on Gardevoir is out to be the Timid Primarina. So
yeah. Even so, with Grass Knot and Thunderbolt, I mean, you really can't go wrong there.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't really... Basically, the biggest idea behind Gardevoir is that he doesn't have much that wants to switch into a move. He has exactly 2 Fairy Resist. Their names are Skarmory and Salazzle. Skarmory, we're going to nuke it with the Thunderbolt. And then Salazzle will drop to the Psyshock. And then Grass Knot, again, is so that we have an answer for Mudsdale. Because Mudsdale, I've used it in another league, and it can be a massive threat. Very similarly to our Ferrothorn, the thing that it's best at is being able to take hits, recover the HP off with Resto Chesto or a Pitch Berry like a Guava Berry. It just be able to take hits mercilessly and just keep on stacking on the stamina boost, which, granted, the only monsters that get an effect on this squad are going to be Zard and Sneasel, but all in all, Mudsdale is an incredibly fat mod that we need to dispatch as soon as possible. Absolutely. And the sooner we can get rid of it, the sooner it's going to be, the easier it's going to be for Zard to potentially clean up late game or punch holes through a team.
Right, right.
So...
Yep. So that's gonna wrap up this week's team build. Tomorrow's the match, so whether I win or lose, that's for yet for you guys to be, I don't know, watchful for. But hopefully we can move up to 2-2 on the season and still be contending for the playoffs. I would like to contend for the playoffs, and I know this has been a rough 4 weeks for us. We faced some of the toughest competition in the NPA. But hey, this is probably the biggest one yet, I think.
Yeah, I think John is definitely a monster that we're gonna have to be careful. No
disrespect to Lindo, by Prophecy, by Kelly at all, but I know John has been around for the block a few times, and he's been in the GBA, been in the P4G, been in the NPA last year. You know, this guy puts in the finest work.
Yeah, this guy is definitely no stranger to draft one.
Yeah.
I think that he's gonna bring a solid team, and being that ours is even more solid.
Yeah, our team is solid, so. Anyway, I will catch you guys in the next video. Until then, I'm with Sped, I'm Sin, and we are out of here.
Peace.
Peace.